welcome to Bad Assets.
Yeah!
The Bunkers and Badasses podcast. All right, we're going to continue on with the senses. Why don't we just go ahead? We'll start with Ashley. Go ahead and give us your archetype, your class, and tell us what is your favorite sight.
Okay, my name is Ashley. I play Dove. I'm a hunter elementalist. My favorite site is anything in the woods. I enjoy being out in nature and in the woods. I do enjoy pretty flowers, but anything out there is just fine for me. And I have a companion named Duck Norris. Um, I mean, Duck enjoys, I guess, seeing a lot of things, but he likes to look for prey and he likes to look for problems.
Okay. Um, that makes sense. Makes sense with your character as much as we've learned about them. Up next, we have Brian.
Hi, I'm Brian. I voice Bruno Albero, who is an elementalist siren that focuses on phase lock abilities. And I guess kind of to roll in with the previous episode's badass fact that Bruno's favorite thing to see is ocean waves crashing up onto rocky shores, which also remind him of his childhood home that he grew up at.
Okay. Kind of rolling it all.
Your home,
Yeah,
was your home the beach?
the sight, the smell, just kind of things like that. So
Bruno's a beach man. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Up next, we have Davey.
Hi, I'm Davey. I play Hermes Flagillock. He's a guardian necromancer, and his favorite thing to see is just, it sounds really cheesy, but it's just people smiling. Like, it doesn't really matter necessarily why, as long as it's for something positive. That's why he got into being a chef, was to bring smiles with his food. But yeah.
Okay. Awesome. And next we have Julia.
I'm Julia, and I voice Penumbra. Penumbra is an enforcer, gunzerker, and his favorite sight goes back to how he figured out his name, Penumbra, which is, if you don't remember from previous episodes, is Penumbra is the shadows cast during an eclipse, and just seeing an eclipse, or just even shadows in general, he just likes it because it's just eerie and reminds him of his life.
On brand. In character. Even. I like that we're building all of these characters. And last but not least, I'm Jay. I play the Nomad. And the Nomad is an enforcer berserker. And the Nomad's favorite site, Hermes, would you like to guess?
God damn it.
No. What
Because
part
it's
of
Kit making
is
food.
it?
It's Kit and Hermes making food.
I think you have a stalker.
A stalker,
thought it was
party
just
member,
like a-
whatever.
Yeah. Well,
He's
that's
asking
good.
you, can you bring Kit out? Can I just see Kit? Can you bring Kit out, please?
I'm not gonna bring him out for like the next 2 episodes just to make him sweat. Where's Kit? Is Kit okay?
It's unfair because I don't get to do anything cool with Kit, at least yet. So we haven't done any badass moves or anything like that. But
At least not while
Nomad's-
Hermes is around.
Nomad keeps like showing up their house like, can Kit come out to play?
you guys
That's
Kit there?
super funny.
My mom said I could hang out for 2 hours. Is that cool? All right. Last but not least, the BM himself, Ian.
Hello, I am the bunker master that makes all of this possible through mostly no fault of my own. And my favorite site, I think, just for me as a designer, is anyone holding or playing a game that I helped make. It's awesome. Such a surreal feeling to like take a thing, put it out into the world, and have people be like, "That shit, I like that," which is great. I love it. It's my favorite site, genuinely.
And you have a number
Also-
of those.
Yeah, I also have a daughter, which is close. I should mention. There's neck
close.
and neck.
A close third or fourth.
But her trying to play one of my games, objectively hilarious. She's very bad at them. She
So
tries.
she's like 6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of hard.
Eventually, she'll learn to roll up on some bandits, you know. Well, last we saw our adventurers, they were dealing with the Blood Treant, a massive treant who rose from a pool of blood as when Duck Norris tried to steal their blood fruit.
You know, at the end of the day, great guy. The blood treant. I didn't expect it, but you know, stand up individual.
Yeah. They were able to get the 3 blood fruit off of the blood treant, and the blood treant was like, you know what? That's fair. I'm out. And walked back into the pool of blood to submerge until it could grow more blood fruit. And they've unlocked the path forward, which was blocked by a giant dwarven door that Hermes just kind of smeared some blood fruit juice on, and it opened. You know, sometimes easy.
And I did
solutions.
have a little bit of that.
And you did.
Yeah. So I'm so malicious.
Let's get into it.
All right, I just need another second. I'll be done here in a second. You guys talk amongst yourselves, preferably loudly.
Do you need an apron?
What was that?
I said, do you need an apron?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'll be all right.
So you have made it into the Immortal Woods. You walk unabated through the entrance of the Immortal Woods, an abandoned grove with withered trees and collapsed buildings, hinting at a time long ago when the area was vibrant with life. So around you are the withered trees and old, broken ruins of the Immortal Wood. Near the gate on the other side, as you enter, you see in some dead branches is a brew cauldron, which Bruno is familiar with, but the rest of you can see there that if you were to perish, unfortunately, this is where you would respawn.
Kind of eerie, isn't it? Like a precursor to what's about to happen.
Hopefully not again.
So ahead of you, there is a singular path that leads further into the Immortal Woods. In the far distance, you see the castle of Dragon Keep looming in sort of like a eerie presence. Dove, you've never seen trees sort of withered away so rapidly. It feels like this place has been here a long time, but the trees and the life have left very quickly, very suddenly.
It looks very dilapidated.
Yeah, dilapidated. I know words. As you continue forward, you enter the Fields of the Fallen, which is where you see yourself now. Crypts and graves dot the landscape. An epic battle took place here many centuries ago, and they decided it'd be way less work to build the memorials on the battlefield itself rather than to move all the bodies.
That makes sense. I mean, who wants to move corpses for a couple days, right? Better to make them.
So here you see tombstones scattered around. There are probably, more than a dozen of them. There's one very large kind of mausoleum one that they're all kind of surrounding that you can see. And as you kind of look, the closest one, they're just names of whoever it was that died if they knew them.
And this path forward leads past all this?
Yes, so beyond that big mausoleum that all of these tombs are kind of surrounding, there is there's a wall that kind of blocks off any path more to the east, and then there is a path north that is more open. What would you like to do here in the Fields of the Fallen?
Well, I'm going to go into that mausoleum and see if there's anything to loot. Doubtful, but...
Okay, so as you pass these tombstones, I would like you all to roll an insight check.
All right.
I don't like these. Okay, maybe I like these. Ooh, Bruno.
Bruno rolled a
Wait, do I-
21.
I don't
Do I
even
need
have
to turn
eyes.
off badass things?
You're no longer badass. That is worn off.
Okay. Just checking.
So anyone who had checked their badass question mark box unchecks it.
Nomad's back to his normal rolling.
I don't even know who said that. What?
I don't know why we're discussing senses. Nomad has none.
Taste
Only
is
has
about
eyes.
it.
Only has eyes for Kit.
Only has a sense of fury.
So what did everyone roll?
I got a 16.
I rolled a 21.
Dove rolled a 13.
I rolled a crisp 3.
Penumbra rolled a 16.
Okay, so everyone except for the nomad, as they're walking past these tombstones with the names or descriptions or whatever it was, that one of them just says, I don't know, he had a belt, right? That's
I'm
all the
looking for that
information
belt.
they had. Some of the letters on some of these tombstones are raised, and on a couple of them they appear to be missing. So let's go starting with the person who clocked the most information, which is Bruno.
All right.
Bruno, you see a tombstone where there is one letter that is raised above the rest of them, and it seems to you that you could almost just grab that letter. It's an H.
Okay. I go ahead Bruno goes ahead and takes the letter.
Okay, so you now have an H in your possession.
All right.
Next, we see both Hermes and Penumbra. You both see two different tombstones. Hermes, yours, there is where there would be a D, it is missing. But as you look around on the ground and move the leaves and stuff out of the way, you find it. So there is a D. And Penumbra, you also have a tombstone where the R is raised, and you can grab that.
Okay, I grab it.
And then Dove, you find a tombstone where the letter is just missing. Like you can't see it currently from looking
Okay.
because you only rolled 13. And Nomad, yeah, you're on your way into the mausoleum. You're not even stopping. You're just big strides, walking in, ignoring what everyone else is doing.
I thought you were going to be like, you're chewing on a tombstone.
You found out from the wall, from the big door, that you like the way this stone tastes. I don't know what you...
Nom nom.
I don't like what it does to me, but I love the way it tastes.
It's like Chipotle. Yeah.
I love it, but it doesn't love me.
Well,
All right, so Dove, would you like to search for the letter?
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay.
Go ahead and.
So that will be another insight check. Or no, it's
I
a
would say,
search.
wouldn't
What
it
am
be
I
a
saying?
search
There's
check?
search checks in this.
Yeah. All right.
Who made this game?
Rolled a 16.
Some Ohioan.
All right, so as you can see, like kind of underneath a pile of dirt that is next to where the grave was, you see that someone has like stuffed the letter like an inch deep in the dirt. As you pull it out, you find that it's an A.
HDRA.
My
Hydra?
Hail Hydra.
What? Hail Hydra?
You've now turned on HDR. We are in 4K.
Nomad still can't see anything.
So, what would everyone like to do? You have 4 of these letters.
Can I search for
I was
more?
just going to ask if we could search for more.
Absolutely.
I'm going to take a look around in the mausoleum.
Go ahead, Hermes.
Same.
So all of you roll a search check, including you, Nomad.
All right.
Hermes had no luck. He only has 7.
I got an 11. That's not terrible.
Dove rolled a
God, there's so
7.
many
Bruno
checks.
rolled a 6.
The wall of checks.
Penumbra got a 17.
Penumbra's awake.
Curious.
The number's the only good one, I think.
So yeah, Penumbra, you're searching. You find another tombstone not far off, basically behind that one. It seems to be, well, it's not behind. It's literally right next to. You know those like when you get those plots next to each other, like husband and wife.
Yeah.
This was the spouse of the other person's tombstone that you had. Both men died in the same battle, unfortunately, but you do find an O that was missing from the one tombstone. Everyone else searches to really no avail. Inside the mausoleum, Nomad, you have found a giant statue, which is kind of above the entrance to the mausoleum. That wasn't really hard to find. It's a landmark. And you are inside the crypt of the unknown warrior. An inscription at the base of the statue reads, "Unknown warrior, be formerly alive." Okay, so would y'all like to search again? Can we do more searching?
Yes.
Look around some more?
I'd like to
Yes.
search and see if there's anything else interesting happening.
Excellent. Go ahead.
Dove rolled a 23.
Rolled a
Can I find
15.
like 8 things now since I rolled so well?
Penumbra only rolled a 7 this time.
Bruno rolled
I
a
did my
15
job,
this
I'm done.
time.
Hermes got a 17.
Okay. Unfortunately, Penumbra and Bruno, neither of you have found any more stones. You have had a fun time reading tombstones with just a lot of question marks or mark last name here or just a placeholder. Just this text just says placeholder on one of them. Probably should have proofread that. But Dove, for your 23, you have found, what is this? An E. Hermes, you have found a D on one of yours while searching. And Nomad, you have found a chest.
Must be nice.
Who
There's
does
a
it belong
chest
to?
behind the crypt, and there above it, the lid hovers just a D20. As you approach the chest, the surroundings of it sort of glow, and you can kind of tell that you can't really approach it too quick. You can't touch it. You can't reach out and touch it currently because there sort of seems to be like some sort of aura or spell cast over it. Next to it, as it illuminates, you find the final letter, which is a C. On the front of the chest, scrawled in the middle, are 4 spots, 4 spaces. And as you were looking around on the crypt itself of the unknown warrior, you see an inscription that just says, "What am I?"
Dead.
So I turn around and start walking toward the door that I came in from the mausoleum. And as I'm walking up to him, I'm like, "Hey guys, I think we need to find some. I found a letter, something to put in the front of the." Oh, you guys found them all. All right. And I just hand the letter over. Like, I just immediately hand it to whoever has the most. Didn't find any food, but
So we're obviously going to go look at the box, right?
Yeah.
The box
sure.
being the chest, or the box being the crypt?
Where is the code at? Is it on the crypt or is it on the box?
It is on the. It is, well, in this instance, it's on the chest.
Okay.
But in real life, it's on the crypt itself.
Okay.
Well, and the
And the riddle was
what
what?
am I?
What am I?
Dead.
And it-
The unknown warrior is this unknown warrior, the formerly alive, is the thing that's read at the base of the statue. And then you have the crypt itself, which says, "What am I?" And then you also have the chest with the letters. You have, just for recap for anyone who's listening, you have an H, D, R, A, O, E, D, and C.
I think
I'm
it's
with
pirate.
Penumbra. I believe that the answer is dead.
Good call there, Dove.
I think Penumbra said it first, but everyone.
Did Penumbra
No,
say
it
it?
was Dove.
Yeah, that's why I
It
said
was Dove.
Penumbra.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was you earlier. Like it was just when somebody asked a
Nope.
question,
Nope,
you
it was
just like
me. You're just out
dead.
there,
Oh,
out there
dang.
knocking me down, though. Whatever.
My bad.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
I'll
I
give you
thought
credit. It was
Thank you.
Dove.
Until I knock you
I thought
down
it was-
later, BM. Anyway, back to where we were.
Okay, so what would you like to do?
Plug it in.
Would you like to buy a vowel? Spin the wheel. Solve the puzzle.
Solve the puzzle.
All right. What are we putting where?
Well, we're going to put a D at the beginning and at the end.
Okay,
You step forward. Place a D. No, apparently only I can. I would give them access to you, but it's like I have to give you access to individual things, and I don't want to go through all that. D at the front, D at the end.
Second letter is an E.
They
I'm
lock into place.
not going to let Nomad spell because I feel like we get messed up there.
E locks into place.
And an A.
An A. This is
That's
where
funny,
some of these letters will light up green, others may light up yellow or not light up at all, and you have 6 chances to solve no. So you have input the word dead. The final letter of the A locks into place, and the spell around the chest goes away. You may now open the chest. The answer to what am I was dead.
I was gonna carve on a few of them, so it spelled dong. Put it back.
Can I combine letters?
Just grab the C and kind of carve a G out of it. That H that could be an N.
So, Dove, I mean, you answered it. Why don't you take first crack at the box?
Sure. So I go ahead
Oh, I
and
lost a hand.
try to open it.
Oh, actually, can I do it?
Yeah.
Because I just realized Hermes has a +5 to looting.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
What could that do?
I
So-
don't know, but might make our shit better. But you'll still
When
get
you
first
open
crack
it-
at it.
You go ahead and roll a d20 plus 5.
Okay.
You're not getting the bad results.
So 7 + 5 is 12.
So you have found, when you open the chest, you have found 2 separate grenade mods, basically. They are grenades in themselves, but they can replace what mod you have for your grenades. They're both Ferrior, so I will have to go find those real quick. Aramis, because you're great at looting, you can tell that these are 2 different things. They both will still do 1d8 damage. I'm just going to make these items while I'm talking about it.
I just love that you're
Great.
like, you're really good at looting, and you can tell these are 2 different things. They're not.
Oh.
They're not one thing that's combined. It's 2, and that's why they're in each hand.
Yes, I'm going to mansplain this to Nomad while we're standing here. You see,
I'm gonna
I'm
act-
very good at looting. And
I'm gonna act just mind blown.
absolutely gobsmacked at the conception.
Still carving the G out of the C.
Okay, so in your hands, you have one grenade. In one hand, you have a grenade that appears to be like, you know, you have those like jumping beans or whatever. They have that thing that moves around inside of them.
Yeah.
It appears it's that. It's kind of hard to hold on to, and it's sort of like rattling around in your hand. And it is a Ferrior jumping grenade. What it does is that when you throw it, it detonates, and then it jumps 2 squares forward and detonates again.
Oh, that is too cool.
But it always deals 1d8 damage.
So it hits the first square and detonates, and then bounces to the one on that, and the next one detonates, and then the last one detonates.
No, it jumps 2 squares ahead and detonates. So it'll hit
Oh.
in 1 square, and then it'll jump 2 squares forward. Like, not individually. It'll jump over 1 square and into the second square and detonate there.
One
Okay,
bounce,
so
2 bangs.
Yeah, does it explode twice or just once?
Yes, explodes twice.
That's pretty cool.
And then in your other hand is kind of the opposite. Like, if you turn your hand with that grenade over, it stays there. Like, it is attached to your hand currently. And that is because it is a Ferrior sticky grenade. Also deals 1d8 damage, kind of the inverse of what the other one does. Sticks to surfaces and will detonate after a turn. So it's sort of a delayed detonation, but sticks to whatever you throw it at.
Those are really cool.
Those
All
are
right.
really cool.
Dove, you get first crack. Which one do you want? You want both?
No. I think I kind of like the jumping one, if you're good with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so this will replace what your current grenade is. So instead of transfusion grenades, you will now have jumping grenades.
Oh, so all of my grenades will do that?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
So grenade mod itself.
Okay.
So I
need to
swapped
figure
out both of your grenade mods. They are now the new ones. And there we go. So as you are collecting these things and exiting the mausoleum, you get closer to the actual exit. There's like the one to the south. There was a wall. As you get closer, you'll see that it's a wall that's kind of been half smashed, but still retains of this giant fallen tree that's singed and smoldering. That is blocking your path to the east. You can still see in the distance, because you're kind of still heading that direction you were heading before, of where the smoke was coming from, and the smoke plumes of smoke can still be seen in that direction, but that tree plus that wall is now blocking your path, and the other path will lead you further south.
Well, I suppose if we can't get through, we have to keep going the way we can.
Is that wall, you said it was pretty smashed. Does it still look pretty tough?
Yeah, so the wall itself mostly held up, but now there is also a tree on top of it. Like there's some parts that are broken, but at no point does there seem to be a path through. If anything, it's extra harder to get through. Now there's a wall plus a tree.
All right. If I don't see a weak spot, I'm not going to try to punch it. So let's go a different way.
Yeah, that hand's seen a better day.
I mean, it's still functional. All right, let's go down this other path.
Yeah, let's head south.
Okay. So you head south and continue on past this graveyard mausoleum area, and you head. And as you continue down this path, you start to see more ruins and buildings that once were great buildings, but now are just smashed and destroyed. Until you reach the base of where this large destroyed building is. In front of you, as you got closer, you'll see the outside of this large building. And as you look closer, you can see little evidence remains of the once imposing cathedral, with sprawling gardens and a vast courtyard. Now, a scan of the area reveals crumbling columns and broken archways, threatening to collapse at the slightest pressure. Courtyard and gardens have become overgrown with weeds and crabgrass. So you can see nature kind of encroaching back on this once great cathedral. You have the building itself, which definitely it doesn't continue up all the way, but you can see the walls of it. And the steps leading to the main entrance in front of you. In the middle of this courtyard, you see a large circular, like, stone decoration with a small pedestal on it. And on top of that small pedestal, you see what appears to be a gun.
Nomad's eyes fly out of his head, kind of like a old style cartoon.
Is there any indication of who may have built this or when it was built?
You can tell that it's been here for hundreds of years, probably. This thing predates the Dragon Keep, probably predates Flamerock Refuge, predates most other buildings in this area. But as far as who built it, you're not really sure.
Okay.
I feel this is kind of a dangerous situation, but it feels like a setup. And one of the traits I have is I got a bad feeling about this.
But you're really good at, like, diffusing setups.
That's
I mean,
true.
think about how you did with the mimic. That was awesome.
But I'd like to roll an insight check just to see what kind of potential dangers are lurking.
Okay. Go ahead.
Roll the 17.
Okay, so things that you see as you are looking around, and also things that you remember. It's going to be kind of a two-step thing. What you see is this pedestal has a gun just kind of sitting on top of it. You can kind of tell the coloring of the gun. It definitely has some purples or some pinks to it. It's definitely a lighter thing. And from what you know about the guns you've seen, it appears to be like a malefactor weapon. Just from, you can't tell what type, you can just kind of see by the general shape. Most malefactor weapons have a distinct silhouette. You also see there is a door. Oh no, nothing. There is there is a door here that leads into the cathedral, which is closed, and you definitely forget everything that you would see in here. Oh, it's just a table. It's fine.
We can still see in there.
I know.
It swung open briefly, and my mind was blown.
Yeah, you see the door just for a half second, and it closes back. You see a table with chairs around it, but you didn't see anyone at the table currently. As far as the rest of the cathedral, you see that these stairs lead up to where that is, which is more of a second story. But on the first story of everything in the cathedral, there's not much going on, but there is a wall that's busted over here. But again, the rubble is a bit too high. There's a column in the way from you getting in there. And that's pretty much it for things that you see in insight. Oh, sorry, things you see. Things you know. Oh, sorry, the things surrounding this, these are just lights. These are lamps, lamp posts or whatever with sort of magical light that makes it so you can see stuff coming from them.
Alrighty.
And things that you know that you were looking for a malefactor weapon for someone who you've accepted a side quest for.
Oh,
Exactly,
this is
chest.
probably Moxie's. This is probably Moxie's weapon.
All right. So I kind of, inform them, hey, that is.
Hey, that is a chest.
What
Yeah,
type of
Davey, you're right.
And then that was my last question.
Yeah.
Also behind you, as you're looking around everything, behind you, you almost trip over a small chest that's just been sat here at the edge of the grass. Whoa, almost missed it.
Why is it you giggling makes me so uncomfortable?
Just start touching stuff. Come on.
All right, I'm gonna go loot this chest.
I walk over closer to this weapon. Is anything happening?
Whoa. We're gonna both do both things at the same
I'm
time?
going about here.
Oh yeah.
Now, how do we know though if where the gun is sitting? How do we know if that's not on like a pressure plate or something? Like if we were to pick it up, that the rest would explode.
Well, I assume
As far as Nomad knows from what he rolled in his insight looking around, he didn't see any pressure plate.
Okay. I might have missed that. That might have been on me. Sorry.
It wasn't part of it, but
Okay.
I was just saying, like, you can kind of go based on Nomad's information, and you can kind of see what Nomad rolled.
I don't know. It
to
always
see how
sketches me
accurate the
out.
information is.
that's smart. That's really
Why
smart.
would I ever, as the BM, do anything to hurt you, the players? Let's see.
All those badass tokens that you have now.
So, not Nomad.
Uh-huh.
Hermes. I have to find where the fuck. Right here. I should really just have a thing for this. Go ahead and roll me a d6 and add 5 because you're looting thing.
I got a 10.
So you have found 30 gold, which I'll go ahead and give you, and a something else. What is it? A common shield potion. You want another potion? You kind of got a lot of potions.
I am maxed on potions. If somebody else needs
Okay.
it, they are more than welcome.
Hey, I found this.
Let me see if I have room for a potion.
Yeah, it's like any takers.
I could take a potion. I believe I still have room for one more.
Yeah, you can go ahead and give it to Bruno.
Oh, and I did all that without the accent too. Might be.
How dare you?
I know.
You know, I went and built and studied an accent. That way I could do it, and I lost it, and I don't do it.
How do you think I feel? I just haven't been doing my accent this whole time.
No, you are. You're saying so many times.
Oh yeah, my accent is that I say a lot.
I can't understand your accent.
All right, so
that's the
Nomad,
SpongeBob joke.
you're all up in here, right?
Yeah.
You're all up in this business. So before you, on this small pedestal, you see the gun. And you can see on the side of the gun, because you're right next to it, it says Moxie. It is a malefactor weapon. It is kind of has a like pink purple color scheme. And on the side of the weapon, there is a spot for a trinket. But you're not sure if this is the thing that she's looking for. What would you like to
I can't
do?
remember. Did she give us a trinket?
No, she said that she wanted the trinket. The gun we could keep.
All right.
But
well,
There's
maybe
not
it's
one
under
out,
it, and I reach out and grab the gun.
Roll an interact check.
I rolled a 15.
So as you go to pick up Moxie's crit, the weapon, which you are looking for sure, you can tell as soon as it comes into your hand, and immediately as soon as it's in your hand, it flies out of your hand and comes crashing through this door and lands directly on this table.
All right, nothing abnormal about that. I just go chasing it.
No, not in the slightest.
Did your hand slip?
I'm like, get back here, you little scamp.
As you enter this, as you kind of see the door bust open, you'll see where there was formerly no one. That was sort of a trick of the light, and there's actually a poker game happening.
Oh,
Alrighty.
in a church? That's pretty metal.
So you see there are a group of knights playing cards who are violently annoyed by this interruption.
I thought that said shirtless night.
Well, shiftless.
A liberal squire, a shiftless knight, and a well-spoken archer. Hey, Bruno, might be your kind of people.
And a grumpy archer.
They
All
might
right.
be.
So this is going to be the part where I say, "Hey, do that initiative thing."
Oh, great.
All of us?
Yes.
Well, that's good because if we were to play poker, I still believe I cannot lie.
They are
Yeah.
very angry. If you want to try and settle with the poker game, that's on you. But as of now, they want to attack.
Well, I guess our time is too late. Bruno rolled a 16.
Haramis got a 20.
Nomad rolled a 4.
Penumbra rolled a 15.
Why did I just call myself Penumbra as I went to say that? Dove rolled a 12. Anyway.
The knights who just had their poker game interrupted are more shocked than they are ready, and they have a 6 for their initiative. So it seems that Haramis gets to go first. Again. You're
How
speedy.
am I always in this situation? Yeah, well, is this a fist fight or is this like, because they're inside, they're playing poker. Is this a bar fight or is this like a gunfight?
Their weapons are near them, and they go to pick them up. Like, they have their shields and stuff. The archers have their bows kind of strung along their back, and
Okay.
the knight had his sword kind of knelt up against this chest.
Well, can I
So
ask them if they're
they
looking
already
for
done fucked up.
a fifth? You guys looking for another player? Or?
All right, so I'm gonna run up.
The grumpy
liberal
archer
squire.
responds to the nomad while this is happening, to just be like, "Looks like there's too many of you for this table," and goes to knock an arrow.
Round robin. I mean,
I mean, I openly
about
said
it.
that I could sit this one
Called a
out. It's all
buy-in.
good.
So I'm gonna run up to the liberal squire and take the new sticky grenade that I have and shove them over the table and like stick the grenade to them. Like
Okay.
attempt to push them back one space and then have them blow up on the table.
Oh, you're making a grenade sandwich
Yeah.
between person and table.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's go with this. Okay. So, yeah, I'm gonna let this happen for sure. So, stick push. Are you just gonna stay there while it explodes? What are you gonna do? You like bust in, like the door's open.
Yeah. Well, I
You
figure if I
go in the
successfully
door.
push them one space up to here, then I'm out of the blast radius. Although I'm in the choke point. and I don't really want to take an extra movement. Yeah, so I think I'll just stay in the doorway.
Okay.
Can I stick more than one grenade?
If you give me a bit of mayhem, yeah.
Dope. Yeah. So I will. Yeah, I'll give you a mayhem for that. That sounds kind of fun. So I'll stick both grenades to the squire and then throw them on the table.
Kick it backwards and run off.
So
Squeal, piggy.
the grenade range is, I mean, pretty instantaneous, so that's fine. You're right there. The push itself, I think, is definitely going to be a melee attack. You're gonna bash them backwards.
Rolling melee. I rolled a 10.
Yeah.
Calls
Hits.
it as a hit. Sweet. The strike does 1d6 plus 1 is 6.
So they're going to take 6 damage from just you pushing them backwards, and they're going to go flying back into this spot where the gun is. And then at the end of your turn, they're going to explode.
Bye.
So go ahead and roll damage.
For the sticky grenade effect?
Yes,
Okay.
for 2 of them.
So
Roll damage anyway.
roll damage. Now it rolled. Okay. So that's for the first one. That's for the second. So 12 and a 5. So 17 total?
Okay. So you know how in like Hitchcock, when he talks about suspense, you like put a bomb under the table. Basically there was a bomb under the table. They all blow up, and you will have killed all of them with the blast. As the explosion happens, they were not prepared. They did not have their armor on. They just grabbed their weapons really quick. They all died, but the gun goes flying, smashes down a barricade that separates that room from the rest of the place, and is now somewhere else in this cathedral.
Ugh.
But they're dead.
Hey, I got 4 kills in one shot. That's cool.
They were basically humans at this point who just had some better weapons.
Speaking of which, do they have any loot that these guys can have?
Well, I guess they'll have to find out. Because Bruno, it's your turn.
All right. Let's see here. Is the stairwell double-sided, or is it just the single space?
My ass.
You can squeeze past. It's fine.
Okay. So I can only move up 4, so
Also, I'm done with this having half the room thing. There we go.
So I've moved up to Aramis. I should be fine, I think. All right. So I'm going to move up to Aramis. And then, I've been phase locking a lot of stuff. So Bruno is just going to attack.
Who are you attacking?
And I'm going to attack the well-spoken archer because only
they're all
one
dead,
person.
by the way.
Oh wait. Oh.
They blew up.
Christ.
This
Sorry.
room's a wreck.
Sorry.
I mean, I don't want to step on your
I got
turn. You
really
can
excited.
Still do it.
Sorry. All right. Well, I mean, if they're all dead, then there really isn't much for me to be able to do except just to move if we're still doing initiative.
Yeah, ish. There's no initiative currently, but
All right. I want to check out this chest right here.
okay. So you check out that chest. Anyone wants to go and find the gun? It's there. So Bruno, in that chest, you will roll 1d6, and I will tell you what you get.
All right. 1. I got a 1.
Okay. You find 30 gold and nothing else.
All right.
How does that work? Is that just what so happens to be within the chest, or is that what the person sees within the chest?
Technically, yes.
Technically, it's whatever suits the DM.
So, well, technically, it's both. It's what's in the chest, but it's also what the person sees in the chest, because it's what's in the chest.
Okay, touche.
So Moxie's crit, Bruno and Hermes, you can see from where you are that down this corridor, there is an opening to the courtyard area. And Moxie's crit is hanging out at one of these little crypt-looking jars. There's jars surrounding a crypt.
Like urns?
A tomb. Yeah. Urns, sure. Yeah.
Are we still like technically in like an initiative order?
Not really.
Okay, so we can just freely move.
Yeah.
So I have an
they
idea.
ended up there, so that was But just for fairness, we can, continue down the order of Penumbra and Dove.
So I have an idea. Anytime one individual tries to get a hold of the gun, it bounces away. What if we all try to grab the gun at the same time?
Like a zone defense kind of
We
thing?
all surround it.
Yeah, essentially. Like on the count of 3, we all try to hold it down.
That's a good idea.
Are you unable to phase lock it?
Oh.
You know what? I will do that.
I could try death from above.
Is there a wall right here, or is this open?
There was a wall before the explosion, but for the sake of I don't want there to be a wall here anymore, I'm gonna get rid of all the walls.
Here, because the phase locking requires concentration. Why don't we try the group catch first? If that doesn't work, then I will try phase locking afterwards.
Makes sense.
All right. So,
Yeah, it looks like Nomad and I are heading over this way.
all right.
Everyone's running. Everyone's running to the outdoor tomb.
Again, can I do another insight check just to make sure we're not in danger in this room?
Sure.
I can't see anything.
You may be in danger in
then
this
we're
room.
definitely not in danger. You don't
I've
see
rolled,
any-
I've rolled so many just natural ones this evening.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
As far as you know, there's no danger.
Yeah, we're good, guys. Yeah, grab it.
All right.
Anyone who wants to grab it can make an interact check. Just so you know, I'm going to take the lowest.
I will be sitting this one out.
Oh, Dove.
Oh, wait,
Well,
I have a thing. Maybe.
Okay.
What?
One moment. Oh, never mind. It's not that. Just kidding.
All right, well. Hey!
Well, I screwed us.
So
if it would be
Bruno-
you, it would be me.
kind of grabs it first and almost has a hold of it. The Nomad is helping, almost has a hold of it. It bounces to Penumbra's hand. Penumbra has it for a second, loses it. Hermes grabs it, almost gets a hold of it. It bounces to Dove, and it bounces off of Dove's hands and goes flying backwards.
Does Duck Norris get a chance?
Duck Norris can try and collect it as it lands back in the courtyard.
So
All right.
I'm just gonna roll his claws then.
There's another chest.
Oh, he only rolls
That's
damage
bad.
anyway. He doesn't roll anything else.
yeah, it's just damage.
As soon as I see it fly away, I chase it.
Okay, Nomad, here's what you see. As it lands back into the courtyard, it begins to no longer be a weapon.
Interesting.
Guys,
What's it becoming?
I'm following him.
In the space where the weapon once was, it begins to transform into Arguk the Butcher.
Oh, he sounds friendly.
You see the gun, and everything on it is now this enraged, angry orc who has swords for hands, because that's how you know someone's really pissed off.
That's a
Knife hands.
dedicated rage.
His arms are swords, they're covered in blood, and around his neck is the trinket that was on the gun, which is the vial of lipstick that Moxie wants. And he does that thing where he's like shing 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 shing, where he like plays the knives off each other to make sparks or whatever and make a crazy sound, and points the blades at Nomad. Be like, "You fucked up."
and I like look at my hand and I'm like, that is really good work. Is that custom? Don't you guys? That was an option? Well, that was a good session, guys. Thanks for joining us. If you guys, as always, get the chance, you can check us out on our socials, at Bad Assets on Twitter as well. If you're listening to the podcast version of this, you can catch the video form of the show over on YouTube. So go check that out. And thanks for joining us, guys. Have a good one.
Arrivederci.
Because you might not have. Give me a fucking shit. Give me a second.
It let me hit the
Stop rolling.
roll damage button.
Keep rolling the dice.
Stop it.